I'm live. We're live. Wait, I'm live. Hey, I'm alive. Just kidding, guys. Happy Friday. Welcome to Chats with Matt. This is a program where I just, go live on all of our social feeds and chat with people, and you guys can chat with Matt. Funny name, right? I'm totally down to go live with you guys. If you guys want to jump in, all you got to do is click on a link that I'm posting right here. Talk a little real estate shop, right? I can talk to you guys about what DeRosa's up to. My man, the ghost in the machine, the Jervis to my Iron Man, the voice in my ear constantly. My man Naviku is helping me here. So Naviku, please post that link live onto Facebook and over on the LinkedIn. If y'all want to join me live, all you gotta do is click it, and you'll show up in my feed here, and then I can pop you in live, and we can go head to head, talk a little shop, talk a little real estate, talk a little whatever y'all want. I'll talk Christmas, we'll talk Hanukkah, we'll talk everything. Whatever you guys would like to discuss, we can get into today. Talk about the world, talk politics, rather talk real estate, but whatever y'all want to get into this Friday afternoon. And by the way, happy Friday, everybody. So while I'm waiting, any of you guys want to hop in and chat, a few things that we're up to at before I do that, if you guys want to hop in live, I give you guys free stuff. You guys want to sign copy of my book? We'll get it to you. Signed copy of Raising Private Capital. I'll send you that. If you guys come on live, I'll send you something cool. Upset on DC 16 stairs. That is interesting. I would love to know who asked that, because I have a really cool conversation to have with you. So if you can, John, if you can click, I'd love to tell you all about it. It's an interesting conversation that happened with DC 16 stairs. It's the whole situation was bad news, but we turned it. We, tend to stay focused and tend to stay positive here at DeRosa Group. So we turned to that lemon that the township dealt us on, condemning all of our second story units that were accessed by those stairs. We turned that into lemonade, which is really awesome. So, John, I don't know if you got time to click on the link and join me live. If you don't, it's totally cool. I'll just tell you, because I don't want to push you on that one. What we did was we had to, rope off the stairs or whatever that were condemned. But Sean's here. Okay. Sean, you're not John Hoban, so let me just finish. What's up, Mario? Sean, I see you. Give me 1 second to do an update real quick on something, and I'll hit you up. Cool, thumbs up. What's up, Mario on YouTube? What we ended up doing was we got a crew of contractors, and we said, hey, all these units are now vacant, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to renovate them while they're, condemned and can't be accessed, but condemning doesn't mean I can't work on them. So what we did was we took all 36 units and we turned them. We upgraded everything. And so I now have 36 turned units that have been invested in, upgraded, that are, at or above market standards, that are waiting for new tenants. All I need to do is finish the stairs. The township is approving our drawings that we had to, with hire an architect and all that. So probably take another month or two to get everything done and implemented, but we've already got a contractor lined up that we paid to replace the stairs. Township is expected to approve our plans as early as Monday, and then we'll be off to the races and improving right into the new year. And then I'll have 36 brand new units that are all ready for people to move into. So lemons out of lemonade, and that'll take occupancy from, I think we're in the low 70s right now, which was expected on a big value add like this, and push it up, maybe, no promises, John, but maybe up into the 90s pretty quickly. So exciting stuff. Didn't want to get, all the units condemned all at once because of the stairs, but it is what it is. So we took that opportunity to say, okay, if I have to vacate these units, I will. And most of those people stayed in the complex and just moved one floor down, to vacate units we had there, or other units in another complex we own around the corner from there. And now I can turn all those units. I did turn all those units upstairs, and we can move everybody in. You're welcome. Stay tuned on that one, John. Thanks for asking. A lot of DC 16 investors are going, hey, how's that going? Well, sometimes life gives you curveballs and you turn them around, right? But thanks for asking, John. You're welcome. Sean is joining me for the stream. Sean, I'm bringing you in. Welcome, man. How are you?
Good. How's it going? Thanks.
I'm awesome, man. I can hear you just fine. Let me make you big so I can see you. There we go. Okay, Nabiku, Sean joined us. Sean joined us off of LinkedIn, YouTube, or off of Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay, cool. Nabiku, shoot Sean a Facebook message, please, and get his contact information, Sean, because we want to send you a thank you package for coming on live today. Whatever you want.
Thank you.
He'll ask you what you want. Sign a copy of my book. We got a thank you bag. We can send you whatever you want.
Awesome. Thanks.
Talk to me. How can I brighten your Friday, man? What do we got?
Good. I'm just kind of starting out in this field. I actually read your book, Raising Private Capital, like a year ago.
Thank
And,
you.
I've been talking to a bunch of my friends about real estate, and I just signed up actually for the Bigger Pockets boot camp that I believe you guys are running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then, so this group is going in the direction of like large multifamily. It started with like, 2 people or 3 people with varying like degrees of experience. And now it's up to like 10. And they decided kind of right before I signed up for this that they wanted to focus like the North South Carolina area, which is like ironic or a sign or whatever you want to call it. But I was just curious how you thought like the best way to get started looking for properties was.
Where do you live?
North Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay. Why? And so you said you talked about the boot camp, and then you mentioned this group, right?
Yes.
What group are we talking about?
So there's just a group of friends that got
Okay.
together.
All right. And they're looking to get a multifamily. They track record, or are they just getting going like you are?
One has owned up to like a 10 or 15 unit building. I think built a couple houses in North Carolina, and everybody else is in varying degrees of single and small multifamily.
Okay, cool. So have you been formally condoned and blessed as the acquisitions go find us a deal person on the team?
No.
Is that why you're asking how you find deals?
No, we are like this started like 2 months ago. So we're kind of just getting started. I know we have like a couple wholesalers that said they would start looking, but I think one of the big roadblocks is like exactly like, where you should start in a new market.
Got it. Okay. We will teach this in the boot camp. And I'm not plugging the boot camp because it's not that expensive anyway. So they should all take the boot camp too. And the reason why is in the boot camp we talk about the 4 different roles that need to be active in a real estate business. So much so in multifamily. Like multifamily is like far and away the biggest business that needs these 4 active seats, right? That's why I'm asking, because I don't know. You want to find deals, but that might not be your like air quote job in the equation, right? The 4 roles are, and this is like the DeRosa language we use for them. We talk about this. We'll talk about this a lot in the boot camp, but I'll just tell you now, right? The hunter, the person that finds the opportunity, but they're like the market specialist. A lot of times they live in the market, not necessarily so, but they have to be willing and have the time freedom to travel to that market regularly and have broker face to faces, go walk properties, be like not so much boots on the ground. That's probably the wrong term. But to be active in building relationships with those that could get you a property, wholesale or realtors, right? There are certain personality traits that I get into in the boot camp on, the right fit people-wise for that seat, right? But that's 1/4 of the conversation. The other ones, there's the underwriter. We call it the brain collection. There's an underwriter, there's a capital raiser, and then there's an asset manager, right? And it's never the same person that does all 4 of those things. It's not like small single family housing or other types of real estate where people tend to do a lot of the things that happen in real estate all themselves. I used to do that. But what happens is you do like 1 or 2 things really good, and you do like a couple of things really, really badly. So multifamily, you can't afford to do that. You got to have a team. So with that said, have you identified yourself as which one of those 4 you are? Forgetting you, I know you asked me about how do I find deals, and I can answer that for you. But before we get there, have you identified yourself as, are you supposed to be the market specialist, or have you and these 10 guys like broken down who's going to do what, or all you guys all running around North Carolina trying to find deals? I mean, how far have you guys gotten on roles and responsibilities?
Yeah, so we kind of broke down. Like there's a couple wholesalers, so they were like, we're gonna start trying to do like off market stuff, and then 2 others we're gonna start contacting. I think property manager companies in the area.
Huh?
But like I said, we haven't broken everything down officially yet. That's kind of just where we left off as of now. And like I said, we've only really met up like twice, so we're kind of still just
What
getting
are you
started.
great at? Tell me all about you, man. Tell me all about you, Sean. What are you like? What's your super? You know, as you know, I'm a superhero guy, right? So, what are your superhero? What are your superpowers?
That's a good question. I guess I need to identify that. I don't know. I own a single family and a small duplex, so I think I'm pretty good with like
Forget
dealing
the real
with.
estate stuff for a second. Just period. What are you
Yeah.
great at, like in life? Like I found before I got in real estate, I was a really good salesperson, really
Okay.
good like explainer of stuff, which that
Mm.
automatically puts. I actually wanted to teach. Believe it or not, before I got in real estate, I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
'Cause I'm good at explaining things. So I guess that's how I end up on YouTube because I'm good at explaining stuff, right? What are
Yeah.
you great outside of real estate? What are you great at? You know, like your core geniuses.
I think I'm good at dealing with like high stress situations and like having analyzing problems like as they come and dealing with them.
Okay, so you're level-headed.
Hmm.
Okay, you're not gonna go 10 out of 10. You're not gonna go 2 out of 10. You're right. You're stable
Exactly.
personality. You're right in the middle, and you're not gonna hit the oh shit button. You don't even know where that is, right? You just
Right.
fix it. Are you a good problem fixer?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, outside the box thinker kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, how analytical are you?
I would say I try to look at everything through that like viewpoint.
Right,
I'm
are
not
you
emotional,
like
more analytical.
okay? If you could pick one of these two, be on a job site, walking around, dealing with contractors, browbeating, hey man, why isn't that wall painted? Or living into like working on a spreadsheet by yourself and analyzing numbers and financials and finding solutions by yourself on a spreadsheet, or being in the field and dealing with people. Which one would you pick?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. If it was like 6 months ago, I would have said like in the field, and now I'm getting more trying to figure out like the spreadsheet side of things. So I think I'm kind of in the middle of that right now, honestly.
Because you want to do it, but have you
Yeah.
done much like analytics or like analytical training, that kind of thing? Did you go to college?
I did not. I have a 2-year degree, but I'm a firefighter full time, so it was focused on that, not so
Yeah, yeah,
much.
yeah. Okay. So have you done much real estate underwriting training or taking underwriting courses or analytics or anything like that? It doesn't
Just
you don't like
self-taught. Yeah, reading books and like playing with calculators and doing that kind of stuff.
there's stuff out there.
Yeah.
You're a firefighter by training, man. You are screaming at me that you're an asset manager. I think that somebody else needs to find the property. You need to go be the one to like, okay, here's the business plan. I'm gonna go hire that guy over here to go do the work. I'm gonna use this property manager, not this one. I'm gonna do this, and here's the business plan, and I'm gonna be the one to implement it on a daily basis, right?
Mm.
That's what I hear that you should be doing, right? And that's we call it just lovingly at DeRosa, we call that the hammer, right? Because as you know, I'm a superhero guy. It's like Thor's hammer, right? It's just the one that
Yep.
goes and just until things go the way they're supposed to go, right?
Yep.
And I can see you doing that already. I see that in you. So I think that you should maybe talk to your teammates about like get them to watch this recording is going to be on the insiders page. Make them
Okay.
watch this.
All right.
Because I described the other roles too. One of y'all needs to get out there and raise money. They need to be the charming face that's saying like, "Hey, I got the best opportunity ever." And it can't be all of you guys doing that because here's what's going to happen, right? Like maybe all 10 of you, and that's too many by the way. You need to narrow that down to, like that. That's so, but that's on the shelf, and people will start to drop off and everything like that. You should not have 10 people involved in your acquisition strategy.
Mm.
But anyway, side note, it'll start to evolve who should be doing what, right? And if you don't nail it down, you'll have 10 of you guys looking to find a deal, and then 10 of y'all looking to underwrite a deal, which will produce 10 different business plans. Not sure who's got it right. And then you'll all contribute to raising the capital, and that's okay. But then once the deal's under ownership, you're going to have 10 people trying to decide what needs to happen on a daily basis, and 8 of them are going to take their cut of the acquisition fee and move on. But offer their opinions when you ask for it, and only when things go wrong are they going to offer you their opinions, right? And then 2 of you are going to be left to actually do the doing and carry this thing forward, right? It's much better for you and those folks to sit down and establish some roles, goals, and compensation and some ideas. And also maybe ask everybody to write a small check, not a huge check, but a small check into an LLC that's going to be the holding company for this, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asking people to write, I'm not talking, it doesn't have to be 100 grand, man. I get, you might not have that, and that's cool. But you maybe ask people to write a small enough check for some overhead, some operations, some getting started capital or whatever. And that's how you make 10-4 real easy. Is like, oh, you're going to write a check. No, I wanted to just talk about this and get equity in all my compensations from sweat. I get it, and a lot of compensation should come from sweat. But if you need to narrow the field, that's an easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I'll shut up for a second, and then I'll give you some ideas on finding deals. How's that?
No, I think that's makes a lot of sense and spot on.
Okay, cool. Do you agree that you should be the asset manager? Is that like, did you sigh of relief? Like, okay, that sounds awesome, or like, oh, I got more. Where did your brain go when I told you that?
No, I think it makes sense. Kind of, it's what's kind of going on in my head a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll have whoever. If the four, when I told you the 4 seats on the bus, do you have in your head who could be like a really good market hunter person? The market hunter, by the way, needs to be really persistent, diligent. It's not that I don't see that in you. It's just these people need to be like, they're really aggressive closer, like the person in boiler room that's going to be like, what's going to take for you to sell me your property? This maybe close a lot of wholesales, that knows how to talk highbrow shop with brokers. You don't need one person to talk to brokers and one person to do wholesale, by the way. This is same, that one person could be doing both, by the way. Can you think of one person on your team that should be doing that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
How about one person that's really more analytical, that's a really good, like, spreadsheet? I hate to use this term, but they're always kind of nerdy, right? I'm not judging, but we all love our nerds in the world, right? They're kind of the smartest person in the room. I used to work with a guy years ago. He literally was a rocket scientist, they
Oh, wow.
do underwriting and stuff like that. Underwriters are typically a little more quiet, a little more analytical. They just would rather not talk to people. They'd rather just be in a spreadsheet and analyzing and producing, financials and stuff like that. Can you think of one person on your 10 that's like that?
Yeah. There's definitely one or two. Yeah.
You got to work closely with that person because they're going to build the financial plan, and then you have to build the people plan that has to implement that. Okay, I need to renovate units at $6,000 a unit in turn, because that's the number they gave you. Then you have to make sure that's realistic. You can actually find people to do what it is they designed. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're the asset manager, they're the underwriter. Then you need a money person. Does anybody in your team, have they ever raised money before? Anybody out of the 10?
Yes. Definitely one.
How much did they raise?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And give them the copy of my book.
Yeah.
Oh, you know a guy. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm not too far from you. So,
cool.
Yeah. But consider those angles, right? Here's some tips on finding deals. Okay. Real quick. Pick a market. Picking a state is not a market. You said North Carolina, right? I get it. But pick a city in the state of North Carolina that y'all want to focus on. Okay. And it might not have to be Charlotte and Raleigh. All right. I know those are the big sexy markets, but bear in mind, there are markets that yield better returns that still have a reasonable price points, reasonable ratios and stuff like that for you guys to work to make money with. Okay. Your side of this, if you are bestowed as the asset manager and approved of this by the team, you need to get down to, you and the market hunter need to get down there and go and walk around. Your job is going to be to meet property managers and contractors, right? You guys don't go to the same meetings. Your job is I need to meet property managers that can manage whatever it is your strike price is, whatever assets you guys are targeting, probably going beyond what we want to talk about right now. But if you guys want to buy 10, 15, 20 units, then you need to find a PM, multiple PMs that can do that. When you go to the market, go interview them, right? And then find a couple of companies that can do the mechanical work to turn those units around for you, okay? That's your job when you're there. When they're there, they're going to go take lots of brokers. They're going to drink lots of coffee and take lots of brokers out for coffee and network with brokers and maybe find a few wholesalers. And maybe that evening you guys go to a RIA meeting or start your own RIA meeting. Go in Bigger Pockets and say, hey, I'm Sean and I'm awesome. And this is my hunter guy and he's awesome. And we're taking the Bigger Pockets multifamily boot camp with my buddy Matt. And we want to talk multifamily real estate shop. And we're going to be at this bar in this back room at this time. And we've met so many people doing that when we travel. So does it make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. There's some ideas. Somebody in that room is either going to own something they want to sell to you, or they're going to know somebody they want to sell, or they're going to at least be able to connect with a broker that has deals. Okay. So best way to do it, hands down, is boots on the ground. But first, your market person, your market hunter person has to tell you it's going to be Fayetteville, North Carolina, or it's going to be Greenville, North Carolina, or it's going to be Greensboro, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just they need to have the data as to which city, is great for your parameters. Shit. I'll put it here. Nabiku, can you put a link to the market tool, please? It's free, so that's good, Sean. But we developed a market tool that you should use to help your market hunter person pick a market. And it's a scoring sheet, right? So you just say, okay, Greenville, North Carolina. Let's pick the data that we have for Greenville, and we give you guys the websites and where to go to come up with it. And then you score Greenville as a market. If it gets a proper score that we recommend, then yes, Greenville's a good market. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Nabiku, are you with me? Where did you go, Nabiku? You better not be. You better not have fallen asleep on me. I'll make sure that the link to the market, boom, I love Nabiku. I really do. There he is. Click that market tool right after we hang up. Click that tool right there. We just posted it there in Facebook. And if you don't have it already, it's free. It just requires you to give your email address, but that's totally fine. Okay.
Cool.
And you can download that and then give that to your market person and make your whole team watch this video.
Got it.
All right. And then make sure they subscribe to DeRosa Insiders. All right. Nabiku's going to hit you up for your address so I can send you a thank you gift. Okay.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Any other final thoughts? If people want to reach out to you to hear more what you're up to, if they want to be the 11th person on your team, if they want to talk, if they've got a small multi they're looking to sell in North Carolina, how do they get a hold of you?
The best way is probably my Instagram. It's Sean, SEAN_Patrick 26.
Okay. Nabiku, can you type that in? Sean_Patrick 26. PATRICK. Sean, SEAN_Patrick 26 on IG. Okay? Everybody follow Sean and send him a message if you want to hear more about what he's up to, if you want to contact him. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Is that, man? Did I add some value today to you?
100%. You gave me a lot to work on.
All right, cool. Keep me in the loop on how you're doing, okay? Seriously.
I will.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, Sean. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.
All right, guys. That's good stuff, man. Sean Patrick 26 without the exclamation point, I don't think. So, all right, guys. That's what we got today. If you guys want to join me live, remember, it's just about every Friday. I may take next Friday off because I think that's like Christmas Eve. Or the day before Christmas Eve, and I'll probably be on the road doing family stuff. So I'll likely be back with you guys right after the new year. But I do appreciate you guys, and I wish all you guys a happy holidays and I dare I say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. And that, or Happy Hanukkah, happy what you celebrate, happy everything, happy just day of the week, whatever it is. So I'm grateful for you guys being with me today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Great conversation. Make sure you guys check out the Bigger Pockets Bootcamp. And Nabiku, by the way, I didn't realize the Bigger Pockets Bootcamp is actually up for enrollment now. So we might need to look into that because I want to get everybody the link so they can check it out too. So your Merry Christmas to you, Jeff Holst. God bless you, man. Nabiku, could you shoot me and Justin a line because I want to get folks info on the bootcamp if it is available. Okay? That's what I got for you today, guys. Big high five. High five to Sean. High five to my man, Jeff. High five to everybody that gave me a shout out here. John Hoban, thanks for your questions. Mario, they got shouted out to everybody here. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Great Friday. See you.